We're just talking about, yeah, we started off with just an overview of like what psychosocial issues, and we're sort of opening it up more informally to just sort of get a sense of what's helpful to people, what issues they deal with when you're talking about, the emotional needs, the, social needs of somebody who's been affected by a brain tumor, whether it's the individual or the family, and just how important it is to have, ongoing support and what that support can look like for each of you. And so what we're hearing is, one of the things that we're fortunate to have here is accessible healthcare. And so, so oftentimes there's questions that come up with, medication or different types of things. And so, Florence is very accessible, and even if it's not her patient, it seems, she takes questions. So, so that's good. What about some of the social issues? Yeah.
One of the things that I always, it's very difficult for me to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
And people always offer, let me know what I can do to help. What can I do to help? Well, sometimes you become so overwhelmed with every single thing that you have to do that it's like you can't even think what you can tell somebody to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that almost becomes a problem in and of itself, that like
Right.
I have to think of something for you to do to help me.
Right.
It's like I
Right.
can't. So that, I know that people want to help in that way, but sometimes it's almost like, okay, just do something, and whatever you do is going to be perfectly fine, and it's going to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard, and I don't know if that's like a normal feeling or not, to say that it's like that's almost taking on another responsibility
Okay.
to try to think of something for someone to do to help.
Right.
And then me as a people pleaser, at least, it's like, well, I want everybody to feel good, so you don't want them to feel badly
Right.
that they're not doing anything or that I'm not giving them something to do. But like, how do you get past that of like having that ping pong ball in your brain sometimes where it's just going around
Mm-hmm.
and around? It's like, well, I'm not really quite sure really what I'm supposed to be doing right this second, and
Okay.
what to tell people, and I don't know if you have any suggestions
Okay.
for that.
Well, how many of you have, somebody has said, if there's anything you need, just let me know? Right, has everybody heard that one?
It's like, why don't they just do something?
Right.
Sometimes it seems like they just say that, but they just want to make,
I let them know.
just to say that they
No,
want
I
it,
used to
maybe
not.
they want to help or something.
Okay, go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah, along those lines, people do offer a lot, and I think to myself, well, I can't do a lot of things around the house that I used to do, like the home maintenance, and I think to myself, well, your gutters need to be cleaned. What about mine? Who do you think
Right.
cleans mine? I'm talking about like my neighbors and people who offer help. We have the same things in our house that you have to do in yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Just do it.
Now, have you ever said that to somebody?
No, but what I no, but what I have done.
No, but I'd like to.
What I have done is, I know my friends and neighbors and family. I know what they can each do and what they can't do. So now I go and ask them. I say, here's my list of things I need. You'd be good at doing this, and then they do it.
Right.
So you have to get over that pride issue, not being able to ask for help. But I ask for help now, and it's great because things get done then.
Yeah. Does anybody else have a suggestion? I mean, that is such a common thing that, here people will say, I don't get any support. But the truth is, everybody offers, whether it's a real offer or not, who knows, but it's very difficult for some people to say, yes, I need X, Y, Z. How many of you have actually asked?
Yeah, but
Oh, no?
2 years.
You don't know what you need, that's the problem.
Well, that's what,
You don't really know what to say, and actually I would always say no to everybody, not to, because my husband didn't want anybody coming over, because he couldn't say the words, but something happened to someone else recently, and she said, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to say. And I said, just go over to her house with 2 cups of coffee and knock on her door. Say, I brought some coffee. If she lets you in, that means she wants to talk. If
Right.
she doesn't, just say, here's a cup of coffee and, enjoy the morning. And she said, I can't believe it, I did it. And she had me come in, and now we, schedule, and I come in for coffee, and she feels better. Because you just don't know what to do. And I said, you physically have to show up. If you called me and asked me, I'd say, no, you can't drive us to the doctor. No, don't meet me at the doctor's office. sometimes you physically have to go to the person's door and
Does anybody have an example of times where they specifically asked somebody? Yeah.
I'm not allowed to go on a ladder anymore. I try sometimes, but if I get caught, I'll get in trouble. But I ask my neighbor. He's in the middle of something, but he comes over and he helps, and you know. But and he's happy that he could help.
Right.
You know, change a light bulb up, you know, on the side of the house. Or
Right.
my nephew 2 weeks ago on his way home for Thanksgiving, I had the snow blower in the basement. I said, "Stop by. I can't get it."
Right.
He finally came. He said he'd be there Wednesday. It was Saturday, but it got done.
We didn't have to know that.
But I have to get ready. I can't do a lot of these things.
Right.
You have to ask and be specific when
Yeah.
you ask. So, but you
First
get
have to
over
learn to
that.
ask.
You have to learn to ask.
and be
A
specific.
lot of people don't want to let people in.
Yeah. Are you one who lets, do you let people in? Or he doesn't let people
He
in?
has a hard time with this sometimes. He's letting loose. He's getting to the point now where he doesn't mind so much.
I'm not sure if I'm letting loose. I'm easing off a little bit. Yeah. Loose, that's a strong word.
That's very funny.
He's letting up.
Yeah.
But it was hard for the longest time. He used to get really pissed at me for letting somebody come in and do something.
But I've done everything myself. My
Right.
whole life.
Right.
So-
Right.
It's difficult. It's,
Yes.
You don't know if they're going to do it the way you would do it. You know?
Right.
So what are you going to do? Yell at them because the trim is a little crooked? No,
Right.
I'll yell at them. He yells at me for 1/8 of an inch. and she can spot it from a freaking mile away.
Well, she'll yell at you, but not somebody else.
Oh, yeah.